Have you ever dreamed of a place where the sea changes color faster than your mood? Or where you can find women who are a true cultural cocktail, mixing traditions from Africa, Europe, and indigenous people, all in one human being? What if I told you that there is a place that is not only a tropical paradise, but also a battlefield between wild nature and uncontrolled tourism? That's right. Today I'm going to take you to San Andrés, a small island that seems to come out of a fantasy story, but with very real problems, a small paradise in the middle of the sea that has more stories than waves on its beaches. But wait, don't think I'm only going to tell you about beautiful beaches, although, spoiler, there are some and they're out of this world. Here we're going to discover what life is really like on this island, from the environmental challenges that threaten its impressive coral reefs to the daily lives of its inhabitants who, despite being surrounded by crystal clear waters, face overpopulation and a shortage of resources. Also, I'm going to tell you something that very few people know: the rich cultural mix that defines the women of San Andrés, guardians of ancestral traditions that have resisted centuries of colonization and modernization. And if you are one of those who cannot live without good food, I will prepare you to drool over the local gastronomy, where coconut is king and fish, it's faithful and delicious. And that's not all. San Andrés is not just sunshine and palm trees, it also has its shadows: a complicated relationship with the Colombian government, territorial tensions with Nicaragua, and a tourism industry that, while bringing in dollars, is also pushing the island to its limits. So, if you think you know the Caribbean, think again. Today we are going to reveal the 5 most surprising, intriguing and, yes, a little controversial facts about San Andrés. Because this paradise is not as perfect as it seems, but maybe that's why it will hook you even more. Ready to discover the hidden side of paradise? Then fasten your seatbelt, or better yet, your sarong, and join me on this unexpected trip to San Andrés. But before we dive into these numbers, let's take a quick break to get the basics. Get ready, because this is hot. Where is San Andrés and how big are we talking about? San Andrés is one of those Caribbean gems that you sometimes don't even imagine exists. It belongs to Colombia, although it is located more than 700 kilometers from its coast, closer to Nicaragua than to Bogotá. Yes, I know, it sounds a little crazy, but that's just the first surprise. In total, Colombia has a surface area of 1,141,748 square kilometers and more than 50 million inhabitants, but San Andrés is much more modest. The island barely measures 26 square kilometers, that is, you could walk it in a day if you put your mind to it, and if you really want to, of course. As for language, we speak Spanish here, but if you walk around the streets, you will also hear people speaking San Andrés Creole, a super interesting mix of English with African and European roots. Currency? Well, easy, just like everywhere in Colombia, the Colombian peso, COP, is used here. So no dollars, euros, or bitcoins, although, well, if you want to treat me to a Coco Loco, I'll accept anything. The women of San Andrés are true ambassadors of the mix of cultures that defines the island. And I'm not just talking about their physical beauty, which is undeniable, but about the rich diversity they carry in their traditions, clothing, and attitudes. Here, African, European, and indigenous roots intertwine, creating a unique identity. The San Andresanas have managed to keep the customs of their ancestors alive, while navigating a modern world. For example, many women continue to make their traditional outfits, which are full of color and details, reflecting the fusion of cultures on the island. These outfits are not only used on festivities, but also in everyday life to maintain the connection with their roots. In addition, music and dance are an essential part of women's lives in San Andrés. Reggae, calypso, and other Caribbean rhythms resonate through the streets, and it is not unusual to see women from San Andrés dancing with pride and elegance at local events. In fact, during the festivities, the Green Moon Festival is one of the most anticipated moments of the year. Here, both women and men celebrate the island's African heritage with rhythm-filled parades, traditional songs, and the best food in San Andrés. In short, the women of San Andrés are not only a reflection of physical beauty, but also of a cultural resilience that has withstood centuries of external influence, keeping the unique essence of the island alive. How many beaches are there and what are their names? Beaches? Oh yes! In San Andrés you have 12 beaches that are like a dream come true, with crystal clear waters that look like they came straight out of an Instagram filter but without the filter, you know? Some of the most famous ones are Sprat Bite, which is in the heart of the island, San Luis, which is quieter and more traditional, and if you like adventures, you can't miss Johnny Cay, a small island just a short boat ride away, famous for its relaxed atmosphere and excellent seafood cocktail. What really makes San Andrés special is its people. The women of the island are a clear example of the cultural diversity that runs through the veins of this small part of the Caribbean. Here you have a fascinating mix of cultures, African, European, and Indigenous. So the beauty of the San Andrés women is not only in their appearance, but also in their customs, their music, their traditional clothes, and even their food. In short, multiculturalism is part of the island's DNA. If you're enjoying this video and you're already looking forward to packing your bags for San Andrés, make sure to give it a good like and subscribe to the channel. You know, the bell lets you know when I upload more content for curious travelers like you. So, go for it. Tourism in San Andrés is the driving force of the island. Every year, thousands of tourists arrive looking for that Caribbean sun, white sand beaches and, above all, an atmosphere that makes you feel like your problems are left behind. If you are interested in diving, you are in the right place, because San Andrés has one of the largest coral reefs in the Caribbean, full of marine life and otherworldly underwater landscapes. And what would a tropical place be without its festivals? Here they are celebrated with rhythm and energy. The highlight is the Crab Festival, which mixes the best of Afro-Caribbean culture with parades, music and, of course, lots of delicious crab food. You can eat well here. The gastronomy of San Andrés is a delight that reflects the cultural fusion of the island. Rondon is the star dish. If you are ever lucky enough to try it, prepare yourself for a festival of flavors, a coconut milk broth with fish, snail, plantain, yuca, and yam. Each bite is an explosion of marine and tropical flavors. It's like eating the Caribbean on a plate. I assure you that you will never have tried anything like it in your life. Another dish you can't miss is the crab soup, a crab soup with local spices that will leave you wanting more. And to accompany it, the typical coconut rice, which is the perfect complement to any dish. Of course, you can't leave without trying a Coco Loco. This cocktail is served inside a fresh coconut, mixing rum, vodka, tequila, fruit juice, and a touch of tropical magic. But be careful, one of these and you might end up dancing reggae all night. Now, if you're worried about the weather, relax, because in San Andrés you're not going to find anything but tropical heat. Temperatures are between 25 degrees and 30 degrees all year round. In short, it's perfect for forgetting about coats and scarves. Visa? What do you need to know before you travel? The good news is that if you have a Colombian passport, you do not need a visa. But if you are coming from another country, check the regulations before planning your trip, because the rules may vary depending on your nationality. As for religion, San Andrés is a place where Christianity predominates, especially Protestantism, something that is evident in the number of churches you will see throughout the island. But beyond the spiritual, what will really surprise you is the natural and animal life. In addition to the corals, San Andrés is home to tropical birds, iguanas, and even dolphins that you can see if you are lucky. Of course, not everything is rosy. San Andrés faces problems such as waste management, overpopulation, and scarcity of resources due to its geographic isolation. In addition, the relationship with the central government of Colombia has not always been the best. Many residents feel that they are somewhat forgotten by Bogotá and have fought for greater autonomy and resources. Although San Andrés is a paradise, not everything is perfect. The island faces serious social and environmental problems. For starters, uncontrolled tourism growth has put enormous pressure on natural resources. With a local population of around 80,000 people and a constant flow of tourists, water scarcity is one of the most critical issues. The island's infrastructure is not designed to handle so many people, which creates tensions with local residents. Waste management is also a major challenge. Increased tourism has brought with it increased waste generation, and the island has limited resources to deal with this problem. Waste often ends up affecting marine biodiversity, including the coral reef, which is already endangered due to climate change and human activity. As for social issues, there is a growing feeling among islanders that they are being ignored by the central government in Bogota. Many San Andrés residents feel that their voices are not heard on key issues such as education, health, and sustainable development of the island. In addition, historical tension with Nicaragua over the sovereignty of the archipelago has affected the lives of San Andrés residents in terms of fishing and trade. However, despite these challenges, San Andresanos are resilient people and are struggling to find a balance between development and preservation of their home. And here we have come with the 5 most curious facts about San Andrés. If they have surprised you, excited you, or simply made you want to visit this paradise, don't forget to leave a comment below. Tell me what you liked the most or what place you would like to visit. And of course, if you haven't done so yet, subscribe so you don't miss any video. See you on the next adventure.